Steve, you really should tell me how these things work. I'm sure it could be a great help when we get in trouble.
And they usually do.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, chaps. Nothing is going to go wrong. Everything is working perfectly. Actually, you know what? I think that maybe the engines could use a bit of a check. Yes. That phase stabilizer is particularly ancient. Could use an upgrade.
You see, I could be so helpful.
Yeah, Steve. Perhaps about time I start pulling my weight around as well.
And let's face it, with the amount you're eating, there's more weight to pull every day.
No less of that, you two. Right, I'm going down to the engine room. You two stay here and run some diagnostics.
I wonder what this next planet's going to be like. Quiet and uneventful would be nice for a change.
If it's anything like our usual luck, you'll get captured. Steve will moan and flap his arms about and have to go around saving the day like a real hero.
Look, what's that? Papa, did you see that? Please say you can hear me.
Steve?
What's happening, Robo?
The phase stabilizer has been disabled. If the situation isn't rectified, we will impact with the planet's surface within 5 minutes.
Steve, are you alright? Look, Steve, we've got to do something. We're going to crash.
Add 1 part yeast to 3 parts milk and simmer in a frying pan.
You're right.
I think he's having another one of his funny turns. Steve, we've got to do something or we're all going to die.
Yes, I'm aware of that, Lizzie. What I meant was we need more lift, hence the yeast part. So, therefore, if we transferred... Let me think now. Yes, fuel from the port side to the starboard side containers. That should hopefully balance out the phase shift stabilizer.
Well, don't just lie there blithering. Do something. Robo says we've got less than 5 minutes.
To be precise, 4 minutes and 27 seconds at present, mistress.
Shut up, Robo!
Ventura has now stabilized, Master.
Excellent. You see, nothing to it, and that's why I fly the Ventura.
Amazing. Just my shifts in the fuel means to be alright.
Yes, and to that end, nobody move, because we're quite unstable at the moment, so the slightest movement could send us spiralling well out of control.
And what are we supposed to do when we're stood here not moving?
Rock, paper and scissors, anyone?
Rock, paper, what?
Well, before all this happened, we were starting to scan the area for a key.
Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Fortunately for us, the planet we're heading for should have it.
You mean the planet we're going to crash into has the key?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's just wonderful, isn't it? Here we are, hoping for a nice quiet trip for a change, and all hell's broken loose before we even get there.
Nothing is ever easy in life, Liz. What did you expect in this wilderness that is space?
A day of normality once in a while would be nice.
Can't remember the last normal day I had. There's nothing normal about war-torn England. Bombs at breakfast, bombs at lunch, bombs at tea.
Back to food again, I see.
You laugh, but it was hard. I mean, with the rations that there's not enough food for meat, vegetables, cakes, anything like that. Then I lost my ration book and had to resort to getting food off the old folk.
That's terrible, Jimmy.
Yeah, but I'm making up for it now, hey?
With your 5 meals a day.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to touchdown, Master. Shall initiate landing procedures.
So how are we going to find this key when we land?
Well, it's pretty much the same drill as last time. I've just programmed in the coordinates to the general area of the key, so hopefully we should land within walking distance.
You always make things sound so easy, but you know they're not going to be. I've trekked the surfaces of God knows how many planets. I've gone through a dozen pairs of shoes.
It's not the distance they walk, it's the weight they've carried.
If I could move, James Bennett, I would throttle you.
Well, that was a good morning's work. Should have this section done by nightfall.
Yeah, I agree. Although, it would be much easier with Tendra's help, like we used to.
If you'd have asked, I would have helped, Mama. I am old enough now.
I know. But we must concentrate on the task in hand.
Yes, but how can we when everything around us is always changing? Where do all our livestock keep going? Every day we seem to lose one more. I just don't think I can cope with it anymore.
We still have our other daughter to consider. We must get a good return on the crops if we're to survive the winter.
How can you be so cold and matter-of-fact? She was your daughter and my baby. How can you just shut out your feelings like that?
Because like you, if I stop to consider what's going on around us with everything changing, nothing would get done. And we must keep on top of our workload if we're to get enough crops in to see us through this winter.